Yan na po, nagbabasa na po ng ano, Old Testament sa Exodus chapter 28. Ang init po mga kapatid. Ayan, ayan, thank you po Heavenly Father sa araw na ito at kami po ay malusog, malakas, alive na alive, masila. Grabe init mga kapatid. Yan po mga kaherba dyan. Hello, shout out sa inyo lahat. Mag-ayos lang ako.
And thou shalt put them into one basket, and bring them in the basket with the bullock and the 2 rams. And Aaron and his sons thou shalt bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shalt wash them with water. And thou shalt take the garments, and put upon Aaron the coat, and the robe of the
Yan na, bye-bye na muna tayo kasi nandun ako kay
curious girdle of the ephod. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre. Then shalt thou take the anointing oil, and pour it upon his head, and anoint him. And thou shalt bring his sons, and put coats upon them. And thou shalt gird them with girdles, Aaron and his sons, and put the bonnets on them. And the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute. And thou shalt consecrate Aaron and his sons. And thou shalt cause a bullock to be brought before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the bullock. And thou shalt kill the bullock before the Lord, by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And thou shalt take of the blood of the bullock, and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar. And thou shalt take all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar. But the flesh of the bullock, and his skin, and his dung, shalt thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering. Thou shalt also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his son shall put their hands upon the head of the ram.
Maglista lang ako
And
ng
thou shalt slay the
attendance.
ram, and thou shalt take his blood, and sprinkle it round about upon the altar. And thou shalt cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him, and his legs, and put them unto his pieces, and unto his head. And thou shalt burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Lord.
March
It is a sweet
17
savor, an
ngayon mga
offering made by fire
kapatid.
unto the Lord. And thou shalt take the other ram, and Aaron and his son shall put their hands upon the head of the ram.
Thursday, no?
Then shalt thou kill the ram, and take of his blood,
March
and put it upon the tip of
17,
the right ear of
Thursday.
Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb
Tama
of
ba
their right
Thursday?
hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the
Yan,
altar,
today
and of the
is
anointing oil, and
Thursday.
sprinkle it upon
And
Aaron,
thank you
and
for
upon
the
his
Father,
garments,
Son,
and upon his sons, and upon the garments of his sons with him.
every
And
10
he shall be
seconds
hallowed,
naman ako.
and his garments, and his sons, and his sons' garments with him. Also thou shalt
Mamaya,
take of the ram the fat and the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards,
alis
and the
ako
caul of the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them,
deliver
and the
ng
right
herbal
shoulder. For it
coffee,
is a ram of consecration, and 1
mangolekta
loaf of
at
bread,
saka
and 1 cake of
mag-deliver.
boiled bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of the unleavened bread that is before the Lord.
Yan na lang
And
po
thou
ang
shalt put
aking
all
sound
in the
mga
hands of Aaron,
kapatid
and
para
in the hands of his sons, and shalt wave them for a wave
malakas
offering
ba?
before the Lord. And thou shalt receive them of their hands, and burn them upon the altar for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor before the Lord. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And thou shalt take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration, and wave it for a wave offering before the Lord, and it shall be thy part. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the shoulder of the heave
Tapos,
offering,
share ko
which is
lang
waved, and which is heaved up, of the ram
nandun
of the
pala yung
consecration,
sasama.
even of that which is for Aaron, and of that which is for his sons. And it shall be Aaron's and his sons by a statute forever
Share
from the
ko lang
children
po
of
mga
Israel.
kapatid.
For it is an heave offering, and it shall be an heave offering from the children of Israel of the sacrifice of their peace offerings, even their heave offering unto the Lord.
Share po sa
And the holy garments
Facebook.
of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be
Then mga
anointed
kaherba,
therein,
mag-share
and to be
lang po tayo
consecrated
no
in them.
ng
And that son that is
ating,
priest in his
ba't
stead
kaya
shall put them on
papa
7
hindi
days,
pa ano,
when he cometh into the tabernacle of the congregation, to
hindi
minister
pa
in the holy place. And thou
complete
shalt
yung
take the
fill
ram
up
of
ko
the
kagabi.
consecration, and seethe
Why
his
kaya?
flesh in the holy place.
Ay hindi,
And
nag-process pa
Aaron and
pala.
his son shall eat the flesh of the ram,
Paano kaya
and the
yun?
bread that is in the basket by the door of the tabernacle of the
Fill up
congregation.
ako na
And
yung
they shall eat
membership
those things wherewith the atonement
kasi
was
may
made,
gusto
to consecrate
magpa-member.
and to sanctify them. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy. And if aught of the flesh of the consecrations, or of the bread, remain unto the morning, then thou shalt burn the remainder with fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy. And thus shalt thou do unto Aaron and to his sons, according to all things which I have commanded
Then
thee.
share
7
sa
days shalt thou consecrate them. And thou shalt offer every
share
day
sa
a bullock for a sin offering for
Messenger.
atonement. And thou shalt cleanse
Ay
the altar
sa
when thou hast made
tapos
an
na sa
atonement for it.
Messenger sa
And thou shalt anoint it
Facebook
to
page
sanctify
ko
it.
po.
7 days thou shalt make an atonement for the altar, and sanctify it. And it shall be an altar most holy. Whatsoever toucheth the altar shall be holy. Now this is that which thou shalt offer upon the altar: 2 lambs of the first year, day by day, continually. The one lamb thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at even. And with the one lamb, a 10th deal of flour, mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil, and the 4th part of an hin of wine for a drink offering. And the other lamb thou shalt offer at even, and shalt do thereto according to the meat offering of the morning, and according to the drink offering thereof, for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. This shall be a continual burnt offering throughout your generations, at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, where I will meet you, to speak there unto thee.
Nak,
And there I will
Nak.
meet with the children of Israel,
Nak.
and the tabernacle shall be sanctified by my glory. And I will sanctify the tabernacle of the congregation, and the altar. I will sanctify also both Aaron and his sons, to minister to me in the priest's office. And I will dwell among the children of Israel, and will be their God. And they shall know that I am the Lord their God, that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, that I may dwell among them. I am the Lord their God.
Chapter 30. An altar of incense is to be placed before the veil. Atonement is to be made with the blood of the sin offering. Atonement money is to be paid to ransom each male. Priests are to use holy anointing oil and perfume.
And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it. A cubit shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof. 4 square shall it be, and 2 cubits shall be the height thereof. The horns thereof shall be of the same. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, the top thereof, and the sides thereof round about, and the horns thereof. And thou shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about. And 2 golden rings shalt thou make to it under the crown of it.
grabe
By
init.
the 2 corners thereof, upon the 2 sides of it, shalt thou make it. And they shall be for places for the staves to bear it withal.
Ang init.
And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt
Kain
put
tayo.
it before the veil
Tas
that is
nag-ano
by
pa.
the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet with thee. And Aaron shall burn thereon sweet incense every morning. When he dresseth the lamps, he shall burn incense upon it. And when Aaron lighteth the lamps at even, he shall burn incense upon it. a perpetual incense before the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall offer no strange incense thereon, nor burnt sacrifice, nor meat offering, neither shall ye pour drink offering thereon. And Aaron shall make an atonement upon the horns of it once in a year with the blood of the sin offering of atonements. Once in the year shall he make atonement upon it throughout your generations. It is most holy unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, When thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul unto the Lord, when thou numberest them, that there be no plague among them, when thou numberest them. This they shall give, every one that passeth among them that are numbered, half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 gerahs, and half shekel shall be the offering of the Lord. Every one that passeth among them that are numbered, from 20 years old and above, shall give an offering unto the Lord. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel,
kasod.
when they give an offering unto the
Tipid-tipid.
Lord, to make an atonement for
Tipid-tipid
your
sa
souls. And thou shalt take the atonement money of the
init.
children of Israel, and shalt appoint it for the service of the
Paliligo lang kasi
tabernacle of the
kapatid
congregation,
kaya.
that it may be a
Yan
memorial
mga
unto the children
kaherba,
of Israel
inayos ko na
before
po
the
ang
Lord,
aking
to make an atonement for your
membership.
souls. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Di pa ata
Thou shalt
kompleto
also make a
yun.
laver of brass, and his foot also of
Yan,
brass,
hello
to wash withal.
po.
And thou shalt put
Pasok
it
lang
between the
po,
tabernacle
huwag
of the
pong
congregation
mahiya.
and the altar, and thou shalt put water therein. For Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet thereat. When they go into the tabernacle of the congregation, they shall wash with water, that they die not. For when they come near to the altar to minister, to burn offering made by fire unto the Lord, so they shall wash their hands and their feet,
Kain po
that they die
tayo.
not. And it shall be a
Patatas.
statute forever to
Dilaga
them,
lang.
even to him and to his seed throughout their generations. Moreover, the Lord spake
Mag-switch lang
unto
pala
Moses,
ko ng
saying,
account.
Take thou also
Ay,
unto
ng
thee
alagad.
principal spices of pure myrrh 500 shekels, and of sweet cinnamon half so much, even 250 shekels, and of sweet calamus 250 shekels, and of cassia 500 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, and of oil olive and hin. And thou shalt make it an oil of holy ointment, an ointment compound after the art of the apothecary. It shall be an holy anointing oil. And thou shalt anoint the tabernacle of the congregation therewith, and the ark of the testimony, and the table and all his vessels, and the candlestick and his vessels, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offering with all his vessels, and the laver and his foot. And thou shalt sanctify them, that they may be most holy. Whatsoever toucheth them shall be holy. And thou shalt anoint Aaron and his sons, and consecrate them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, This shall be an holy anointing oil unto me throughout your generations. Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured, neither shall ye make any other like it, after the composition of it. It is holy, and it shall be holy unto you. Whosoever compoundeth any like it, or whosoever putteth any of it upon a stranger, shall even be cut off from his people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Take unto thee sweet spices, stacte, and onycha, and galbanum, these sweet spices with pure frankincense. Of each shall there be a like weight. And thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection after the art of the
Exodus
apothecary,
30.
tempered together, pure and holy. And thou shalt beat some of it very small, and put of it before the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation, where I will meet with thee. It shall be unto you most holy. And as for the perfume which thou shalt make, ye shall not make to yourselves according to the composition thereof. It shall be unto thee holy for the Lord. Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smell thereto.
Balik sa ano, sa Exodus, ano na lang.
Blood of the sin
Ay, Exodus 30.
Is to be paid to ransom each male. Chapter 30.
Chapter 30.
An altar of incense is to be placed before the veil. Atonement is to be made with the blood of the sin offering. Atonement money is to be paid to ransom each male. Priests are to use holy anointing oil and perfume.
And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it. A cubit shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof. 4 square shall it be, and 2 cubits shall be the height thereof. The horns thereof shall be of the same. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, the top thereof, and the sides thereof round about, and the horns thereof. And thou shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about. And 2 golden rings shalt thou make to it under the crown of it. By the 2 corners thereof, upon the 2 sides of it, shalt thou make it. And they shall be for places for the staves to bear it withal. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet with thee. And Aaron shall burn thereon sweet incense every morning. When he dresseth the lamps, he shall burn incense upon it. And when Aaron lighteth the lamps at even, he shall burn incense upon it, a perpetual incense before the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall offer no strange incense thereon, nor burnt sacrifice, nor meat offering, neither shall ye pour drink offering thereon. And Aaron shall make an atonement upon the horns of it once in a year with the blood of the sin offering of atonements. Once in a year shall he make atonement upon it throughout your generations. It is most holy unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, When thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul
Tubig
unto
na ng
the
channel
Lord,
to
when thou
slok na
numberest them,
host.
that there be no plague among them,
Hello,
when thou
tubig
numberest them.
danom.
This they shall give, every one that passeth among them that
Kumusta
are
na
numbered,
po?
half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20
Lolo
pieces,
danom,
and half
nag-LS
shekel
ako
shall be the
kagabi.
offering of the Lord. Every one that passeth
Kain tayo
among them that are
supay.
numbered, from 20 years old and above,
Ay,
shall give
nalolo
an
danom,
offering
nice
unto
ko na.
the Lord.
Yung
The
night
rich
book
shall
ko.
not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a
Maraming
shekel,
salamat
when they
sa
give an offering unto
kapatid.
the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls. And thou shalt take the atonement money of the
Patuslok.
children of Israel,
Oh, diba? Pag sinabi tuslok, mayroon akong night book.
that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls.
Oh, lolo
The Lord
danom.
spake unto Moses,
Nagawa ko
saying,
na po ang
Thou
night
shalt
book
also
ko.
make a laver of
Ang
brass, and his foot also of brass, to wash
practicein mo
withal.
na yung lolo
Thou
danom.
shalt put it between the tabernacle of the
Kaantar.
congregation and the altar. Thou shalt
Lupaw.
put water therein. For Aaron and his sons
Hindi
shall
naubos
wash
yan.
their hands and their feet
Tapos
therein.
patatas.
When they go into the tabernacle of the
Dami pagkain.
congregation, they shall wash with water, that they die not. For when they come near to the altar to minister,
Sige po, lolo danom.
offering made by fire unto the Lord, so they shall wash their hands and their feet, that they die not. And it shall be a statute
Ipin ko.
forever to them, even to him and to his seed throughout their generations. Moreover, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take thou also unto thee principal spices, of pure myrrh 500 shekels,
Kumusta
and of
na
sweet
yung ano
cinnamon
nyo po?
half so much, even
Check ko.
250 shekels, and of sweet calamus 250 shekels, and of
Lolo
cassia
danom.
500 shekels,
200, ay
after the shekel of the
920 na
sanctuary,
po kayo.
and of oil olive and hin.
Lapit na lolo
Holy
danom.
ointment, an ointment compound,
Meron
after
pa
the
po akong
art of the
alagad
apothecary.
dinadikit itong
It shall be
isa.
an holy anointing oil.
Ididikit ko
And
to.
thou shalt anoint the tabernacle of the congregation therewith,
Nayos ko na
and
po
the ark of the testimony,
lolo danom
and
yung
the
ano
table
ko.
and all his vessels, and the
Membership.
candlestick and his vessels,
Ewan,
and
di
the
pa po
altar of
tapos
incense,
eh.
and the altar of burnt
Parang,
offering with all his vessels,
ano,
and the laver and
nasa
his foot. And
92%
thou
pa.
shalt sanctify them, that
Ko
they
alam
may
may
be
mali
most holy.
ata.
Whatsoever toucheth them shall be holy. And
Sige,
thou shalt
flip po
anoint Aaron
kita.
and his sons, and consecrate them,
Lolo Danom, kumusta na po yung watch hour nyo?
And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, This shall be an
Unti na lang Lolo Danom, ma-monetize na kayo.
Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured, neither shall ye make any other like it, after the composition of it. It is holy, and it shall
Wow,
be holy unto you.
nagtinda.
Whosoever compoundeth any like it, or whosoever putteth any of it upon a stranger, shall even be cut off from his people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Take unto thee sweet spices, stacte, and onycha, and galbanum, these sweet spices with pure frankincense. Of each shall there be a lead weight. And thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection after the art of the apothecary, tempered together, pure and holy. And thou shalt beat some of it very small, and put of it before the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation, where I will meet with thee. It shall be unto you most holy. And as for the perfume which thou shalt make, ye shall not make to yourselves according to the composition.
Eh, nag-play na po ako Lolo Danom sa iyong
Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smell thereto, shall even be cut
nagluto
off
ulit
from his
si
people.
Lolo ng ginto. Nabenta nyo na po to Lolo Danom.
Artisans are inspired in building
Ayan na Lolo Danom, nagawa ko na po yung naayos ko na po yung night boot ko. Maraming salamat sa iyo kapatid Tubig Danom channel sa iyong patuslok. Ano? Ninabaan ko kanina ko lang yan inedit eh.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, See, I have called thy name,
Patuslok
that
sa
thou
bahay
mayest
ni
the son of
Basal
Uri,
at
the
naway
son of
magsika
Hur,
ng
of the
matagal at
tribe of
naway
Judah.
marami kang
And I
magiging
have filled
kaibigan.
thee with
God
the
bless
spirit of
you,
God,
sabi
in
ni
wisdom,
Night
and in
Bot.
understanding, and in knowledge, and in all
Ayos ay inayos ko.
to
Inayos
devise
ko kasi
cunning
may
arts,
mali-mali.
to work in gold, and in
Ay,
silver,
napuyat
and in
ako Lolo
brass,
Danom sa
and in
ano.
cutting of stones, to set them, and in carving of timber, to work in all manner of workmanship. And
9:20
behold, I have given unto thee
9:21 na
Ahijah, the
sa'yo.
son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. And in the hearts of all that are wise-hearted I have put wisdom,
9:29 na
that they
sa'yo
may
Lolo
make all that
Danom.
I have commanded thee, the tabernacle of the
May
congregation,
patatas pa
and the
ako.
ark
Oh.
of the testimony, and the mercy seat that is
Kulang
thereupon,
kumain.
and all the furniture of the tabernacle, and the table and his furniture, and the pure candlestick with all his furniture, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offering with all his furniture, and the laver and his foot, and the cloths of service, and the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons, to minister in the priest's office, and the anointing oil, and sweet incense for the holy place. According to all that I have commanded thee shall they do. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my
Tayo
Sabbaths ye
malakang
shall
book.
Chapter 32. Aaron makes a golden calf which Israel worships. Moses serves as a mediator between God and rebellious Israel.
Lolo Danom,
Moses
kumusta
breaks
po?
the tablets of stone.
Siya
The
to si Lolo
Levites
Danom.
slay about 3,000 rebels. Moses pleads and intercedes for the people.
And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron, and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of
Play
your
ko na
daughters,
si
and
Lolo
bring them unto
Danom.
me. And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation, and said, Tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. And they rose up early on the morrow, and
Ayun
offered
na Lolo
burnt offerings,
Danom
and
para
brought
sa
peace
yung
offerings.
watch
The
hour.
people sat down to eat and to drink, and
Init.
rose up to play. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the
Pay-pay
land of
lang.
Egypt have corrupted
Pay-pay lang
themselves.
para tipid.
They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be
Ay,
thy
thank you,
gods, O
Lord.
Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore,
Jomski Lab,
that my
host,
wrath may wax hot
Mega
against thee,
Lab,
and that
shout
I may
out
consume
sa
them, and I
iyo.
will make of thee a great nation.
Hi, Jomski Lab, shout out to you. Nasaan ka ngayon? May work ka? Baba ka ng bahay. Si Lolo o palablab sa kay Lolo.
Wherefore should the
Ito pa ako
Egyptians
kay
speak and
Lolo.
say, For mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains,
Wala
to
man
consume
night
them
boot
from the face
yung
of the earth. Turn from thy fierce wrath,
ano ba
and
yung
repent of
host
this evil against thy
NLSO
people.
sa'yo.
Remember
Ah,
Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, thy servants, to
gagawan
whom thou
kong
swearest by thine own self, and saidst unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven.
ay
And all
wala
this land
dili
that I
ba
have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people. And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the two tables of the testimony were in his hand. The tables were written on both their sides, on the one side and on the other were they written. And the tables were the
Thursday
word
na
of
pala
God,
ngayon.
and the writing was the writing of God, graven upon the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, There is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, It is not the voice of them that shout for master, neither is it the voice of them that cry for me.
Oh, sabi ko sa alin doon ang mahalo.
And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing. And Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands, and brake them beneath the mount. And he took the calf which they had made, and burnt it in the fire, and ground it to powder, and strawed it upon the water, and made the
Ay,
children of
sige.
Israel drink of it. And Moses said unto Aaron, What did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so
Post
great a sin
Mega Lab.
upon them?
Teka,
And Aaron
lista
said,
ko nga
Let
yung
not
need
the
ng
anger
ano.
of my Lord wax hot. Thou
Need
knowest
sa night
that
boot.
they are set on mischief. For they said unto me, Make us gods, which
Command.
shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And I said unto them, Whosoever hath
NLSO
any
sa'yo.
gold, let them break it off.
Ayan, gawan ko yan
And I
ng
cast
ano.
it into the fire, and there came out this calf.
Sige, Jomski Lab, check ko. Chinik ko kasi no ano, di ko na nakita. Sabihin mo sa akin ano yung title na hindi iyo. I-remove mo yun. May tatlong dot yun sa gilid sa videos mo.
The sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him, and he said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses, and there fell of the people day about 3,000 men. For Moses had said, Consecrate yourselves today to the Lord, even every man upon his son, and upon his brother,
Saan na yung
that he
kay...
may bestow upon you a blessing this day.
Ay, naku,
And it
nasa
came
ano
to pass
pala
on the
siya.
morrow, that Moses said unto the people, Ye have sinned a great sin, and now I will go up
Wala
unto
na
the
po,
Lord.
naalis ko na. Ah, okay, yan. Diba, i-remove mo lang.
And Moses returned unto the
Di kasi
Lord,
may
and
wasan
said,
natin yan
Oh,
yung
this people have sinned a great
pagpunta
sin,
natin sa
and made them gods of
video
gold.
nila, di ba
Yet
meron
now,
yung
if thou wilt forgive
nakailira
their
dun
sin,
save.
and
Na-save
if
mo
not,
yun,
blot me,
napindot
I
yung
pray thee,
save.
out of thy book which thou
Nagkaroon
hast
din ako
written.
ng
And
ganyan.
the Lord said unto Moses,
Uy, hindi ko to
Whosoever
mga
hath
video,
sinned
ba't
against
nandito
me,
to eh.
him will I blot out
Ni-remove
of my
ko.
book. Therefore now go, lead the people unto the
Karan.
place of which I have
Baba
spoken.
ka na ang bahay mo.
Behold, mine angel shall go before thee.
Nais ko pa yung membership ko, Jomski Lab. Meron na.
And the Lord plagued the people because they made the calf.
Meron na. Ayusin ko pa. Di pa tapos. Ang hirap mag...
The Lord
Ano,
promised to be
Jomski
with
Lab.
Israel and to drive out
Pwede kang gumawa ng sarili mong emoji at saka yung badges. gumawa ako sa sa Canva, mag-upload ka ng Canva app.
Later, Moses
Madami
sees the
doon
glory of
maano
God about his face.
magawa mong
And the Lord said unto
emoji.
Moses, Depart
Kasi
and
malit
go up
lang yun
hence, thou and the people
ano
which
yun?
thou hast brought up out of the land of Egypt, unto the land which I swear unto Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying,
Yung
Unto thy
picture
seed
na
will I give it. And I will send an angel before
square.
thee, and I will drive out the Canaanite, the Amorite, and the Hittite,
Dali.
and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. For I will not go up in the
Sa
midst of
Canva
thee,
ako
for
nag-i-edit
thou art a stiff-necked people, lest I consume thee in the way.
Aba yan, na-type ko
When the
naman
people heard these
Canva
evil tidings, they mourned,
Teka lang,
and no man did put
ako.
on him his ornaments.
Sige,
For the
nag-watch
Lord
pa
had
ako
said
kay
unto Moses,
Lolo
Say unto
Danom
the
para
children
sa
of
watch
Israel,
hour niya
Ye
doon.
are a stiff-necked people. I will come up into the midst of thee in a moment, and consume thee.
Kadikitan mo na ba si Tubig Danom channel?
That I may know what to do unto thee. And the children of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments by the
Magbaba
mouth.
ng
And Moses took the tabernacle
paano
and
magbaba
pitched it
ng
without the camp,
video? Saan?
far off from the camp, and called it
Ayan,
the
di ba
tabernacle of the
ka?
congregation.
Baba ka
And it
ng
came to pass
video
that
mo.
everyone which sought
Tawag
the Lord
dyan,
went up
bahay
into the
o
tabernacle
link.
of the congregation, which was without the camp. And it came to pass, when Moses went
Mag
out unto the tabernacle,
wala kang
that all the people
next
rose up,
videos
and stood every
playlist.
man at his tent door, and looked after Moses,
Punta ka dun sa YTC
and it
mo.
came to pass, as Moses entered into the
Then,
tabernacle, the cloudy
dun
pillar
sa
descended,
videos mo.
and stood at the door of the tabernacle.
Ngayon, pindutin
And
mo
the Lord
yung
looked
isang
on Moses,
video.
and all the people
Then,
saw the
nakalagay
cloudy
doon,
pillar stand at the
mayroong
tabernacle door.
nakalagay
And all
doon.
the people rose up and
Create
worshipped,
playlist,
every man
new
at his
playlist,
tent door.
gagawin mo.
And
Tapos,
the Lord spake unto Moses
titlean mo
face to
ng
face,
mix,
as a man
may
speaketh
mix
unto his friend.
videos.
And he turned again into the camp.
Then,
Joshua, the son of
public
Nun,
mo, set mo ng public.
departed
Then,
not
lahat
out of
yun,
the
lahat
tabernacle.
ng videos
And
mo,
Moses said unto the Lord,
ipasok mo na doon
See, thou
para
sayest unto me, Bring
pag
up this
pumasok
people.
ka sa
Thou hast not let me
ibang
know whom thou wilt
gaya
send.
sa akin sa LS
Thou
ko,
hast said,
tumutulong
I know thee
ako
by name,
ng
and thou hast also
ma
found grace in my
ma-play
sight.
all yung
Now
mga
therefore,
videos
I
nyo
pray
kung
thee, if
hindi
I
pa
have
busy
found
yung
grace in thy
cellphone ko,
sight, show me now thy way, that I may know thee,
mapi-play
that
ko.
I may find grace in thy
Yun
sight,
yung
and
kagandaan
consider
sa
that
may
this nation is thy
next
people.
videos
And he said,
playlist.
My presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. And he said unto him,
Ayan, kay
My
Lolo
presence
Danom,
go not
tapos
with thee,
na kay
carriest
Lolo
not
Danom.
up hence. For wherein shall it be known here that
Ano
I
yung
and thy
tanong mo,
people
host,
have
paano
found grace
magbaba
in thy
ng
sight?
video?
Is it not that
Yung
thou goest with us?
sabi ko,
So
baba
shall
ka
we
ng
separate,
bahay mo,
I
yun
and
na
thy
yun, oh.
people, from all the people that are
Oh,
upon the face
sayo,
of the
bawa.
earth. And the Lord said unto
Ipipin
Moses,
ko yung
I will
sayo.
do this thing also that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee, and will be gracious to whom I will be
Ay,
gracious.
naayuda ko na sa iyo tong ano. Tingnan ko kasi
Thou canst not see my face, for there shall no man
kada
see
punta
me
mo
and
naman
live.
dito, dalawa-dalawa. Yung start mo,
Behold, there is a
4, di
place
ba?
by me, and thou shalt
4
stand upon a
nung
rock.
unang
And it
punta
shall
mo
come to
sa
pass,
akin.
while my glory
Ayan,
passeth
dikit
by,
na yung
that I
ano.
will put thee in a cleft of the rock, and will cover thee with my hand while I pass by.
Play
And I
tayo
will
sa
take away
ano,
mine hand, and thou
mahaba-haba.
shalt see
Ano
my
ba
good parts,
mahaba-haba
but
mong
my face
video?
shall not be seen.
15 minutes.
Chapter 34.
9.
Moses hews new
Pinakamahaba
tables of
mo.
stone. He
9
goes up into
minutes.
Mount Sinai for 40
Di pa
days.
ginawang 10 minutes.
The Lord proclaims his name and attributes.
Ay, wala ka pang ano.
His law.
Wala ka
He makes
pang
another covenant with Israel.
intro,
The
outro.
skin of Moses' face
Mag-upload
shines,
ka
and he
naman,
wears a
Jomski,
veil.
ng
And the Lord
intro
said unto
maker
Moses,
app.
Hew thee 2 tables of stone like
Doon
unto the first,
maraming,
and I will write upon these tables the
madami
words
kang
that were in the
mapagpilian
first
ng
tables,
intro mo,
which thou
tsaka
writest,
outro. Yung
and be ready
intro
that
pang
day, and
start
come
mo
up in
sa
the morning
videos
unto Mount
mo.
Sinai, and
Saka
present
ba
thyself there
nag-i-edit?
to me in the top of the mount.
Diretso ka lang ata upload, ano?
Neither let
May
any
edit
man
ka
be seen
naman.
throughout all the mount.
May
Neither let
editing
the
ka
flocks
naman.
nor herds feed before that mount.
Tingnan ko.
tables of stone like unto the first. And Moses rose up early in the morning,
Si Lulud,
went up
ay
unto
si
Mount Sinai,
Luludanom
as the
isa
Lord had
lang na
commanded him.
ayuda ko. Na ayuda na nga
The two
sa'yo.
tables of stone.
Sana
And the
ba
Lord
kasi 9
descended in
minutes
the
mo?
cloud, and stood with him there, and
Ay, ito
proclaimed the
9
name of the
minutes.
Lord. And the Lord passed by before him, and proclaimed, the Lord God,
Yoks
merciful
Kilab,
and gracious,
malapit ka na. Ang
long-suffering,
bilis mo nga nakuha
abundant in
yung
goodness
ilang
and
buwan
truth,
ka na sa YT.
keeping
Ang
mercy
bilis
for
mo na
thousands,
nakuha yung
forgiving iniquity and transgression
874
and
mo
sin,
ah.
and that
Ako
will
nakuha
by
ko
no
yung
means clear the
1K ko
guilty,
sa loob ng 10
visiting the
months eh.
iniquity of the fathers upon the
Grabing
children,
puyat anong
and
araw.
upon the children's
Tungto
children,
makakuha
unto the
ng
third and to the
50,
fourth generation.
40,
And Moses
30.
made
Kaya
haste
lang di
and
pala
bowed his
maganda,
head toward the
ilalaglag
earth,
din.
and worshipped. And he said, If now I have found
And
grace
tingnan
in
ko
thy
tong
sight, O
isa.
Lord,
Pe-play
let
lang
my
muna
Lord,
ako.
I pray thee, go among us. For it is a stiff-necked people, and
Mahaba-haba
pardon our
ng
iniquity
kinuha
and
ko.
our sin,
Yung
and take us for thine inheritance.
10
And he
minutes.
said,
Play
Behold,
yung ano.
I make a covenant before
Para
all
meron
thy
kang
people, my
40 minutes
memorials,
sa
such as have
akin.
not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation. And all the people among which thou art shall Musai. Take heed to thyself, lest
Yan,
thou
may
make a
nagtanong
covenant
kung
with the
may.
inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest
Ha?
it be for a
2 months
snare
pa lang,
midst of
host.
thee,
Ang galing
and
mo
ye shall
naman.
destroy
Paano mo
their altars,
nakuha yung
break their images, and cut down their groves. For thou shalt worship no
874?
other
Parang
God, for the Lord
walang
whose
pahinga
name is
yung
jealous, is a jealous God.
pagiging unggoy
Lest
mo
thou
ah.
make a covenant with the inhabitants of
Makarami
the
lang
land,
ng
and they go
bananas
a-whoring after
everyday.
their gods,
Everyday
to
ka no
sacrifice unto their gods,
naghahanap.
and what
Kain
fall
tayo.
thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice. And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a-whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a-whoring after their gods. Thou shalt make thee no molten gods.
Ang
The
bilib
feast
naman
of
ako
unleavened
sa'yo.
bread shalt thou keep. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, as I
Yung
commanded thee.
800 plus mo ay ano?
For in the month Abib thou camest out from Egypt. All that openeth the matrix is mine, and every
874.
firstling among thy cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is mine.
Nakuha mo sa loob
But
ng
the firstling
2
of an
buwan.
ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. And if thou redeem him not,
Yung
thou
ads
shalt
mo,
not
wala
bring
pa
his
yan. Hindi,
neck.
hindi ka
All
pa
the firstborn
kumikita
of thy
dyan.
sons thou shalt
Si
redeem,
Lolo pa
and none
kumikita
shall
dyan.
appear before me empty. 6 days thou shalt work, but on the 7th day thou shalt rest. In earing time and in harvest thou shalt rest. And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, of the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the year's end. Thrice in the year
Nauna
shall all your
yung
men
bananas mo
appear
sa ano.
before the
Watch
Lord
hour
God,
mo, ilan na?
the God of Israel. For I will cast out the nations before thee, and
Sabi,
enlarge thy borders.
ang watch
Neither
hour
shall
ko
any man
nakuha ko
desire
sa
thy
loob
land,
ng
when thou shalt go up
almost
to
1
appear
year.
before the Lord thy
Hmm?
God thrice in the year.
4,000 watch
Thou shalt
hour.
not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven, neither shall the sacrifice of the feast of the Passover be leavened unto the
Tinutulong
blood.
sa mga
The first of the first fruits
supporters
of
ko
thy
na
land thou
tumatambay.
shalt bring unto the house of the Lord thy God.
Napipili ko
Thou
kayo.
shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk. And the Lord said unto Moses, Write thou these words,
Galing ni
for
ano
after the tenor of
Jomsky
these
ah.
words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel.
Ilan pa
And he was
videos
there
mo
with the Lord
Jomsky?
40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread
102.
nor drink
Damihan mo
water.
pa ng
And he wrote upon the tables the
videos.
words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. And it came to pass, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses wist not that the skin of his face shone, while he talked with him. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him. And Moses called unto them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned unto him. And Moses talked with them, and afterward all the
Nawala
children
man
of
si
Israel came nigh. And he
Lolo
gave them in
Danom.
commandment all that the Lord has spoken with him in Mount Sinai. Until Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face.
Teka
When Moses
lang.
went in before the Lord to speak with him, he took the
Naayuda
veil
ko
off
naman na
until
yung
he came out. And he came out and spake
naayuda
unto
ko
the
na ata
children of
lahat
Israel
sa'yo ah.
that which he was commanded. And the children of Israel saw
Dikit
the
na
face of
dikit,
Moses,
dikit, dikit.
that the skin of Moses' face shone. And
Ito
Moses put
tapusin
the
ko
veil
lang tong
upon his
ano
face again,
para
till he went
i-switch.
in to speak with him.
chapter 35.
Israel is admonished to observe the Sabbath. Free gifts are offered for the tabernacle. The calls and inspiration of certain artisans are confirmed.
And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together, and said unto them, These
Dito
are the
to eh.
words which the Lord hath commanded, that ye should do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day there shall be to you an holy day.
Oh, grabe,
the
live
Sabbath of
stream
rest to the
LS
Lord.
LAPAGAN di
Whosoever
kita.
doeth work therein shall
48
be put to death.
watching, dami.
Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon
Ganda
the
naman
Sabbath day.
niya.
And Moses spake unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord commanded, saying,
Ganda
Take ye
naman
from
ng
among you
ilog
an offering
dyan.
unto the Lord. Whosoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it, an offering of the Lord, gold and silver and brass, and blue and purple and scarlet, and fine linen, and goat's hair, and ram skins dyed red, and badger skins, and shittim wood, and oil for the light, and spices for
Kain
anointing oil,
akong
and for the
kanin.
sweet incense, and onyx stones, and stones to be set for the
Itong
ephod,
karne
and
na
for
to,
the
ang taba.
breastplate. And every wise-hearted among you shall come, and make all
Parang
that the
baka.
Lord hath commanded, the tabernacle, his tent, and his covering, his taches, and his boards, his bars, his pillars, and his sockets, the ark, and the staves thereof, with the mercy seat, and the veil of the covering, the table, and his staves, and all his vessels, and the showbread, the candlestick also for the light, and his furniture, and his lamps with the oil for the light, and the incense altar, and his staves, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging for the door of the entering in of the tabernacle, the altar of burnt offering, with his brazen grate, his staves, and all his
Joms
vessels,
Phillips.
the laver,
Baganda
and
ng
his
ano,
foot, the hangings of the
channel
court,
name.
his pillars, and their sockets, and the hanging for the door of the court, the pins of the tabernacle, and the pins of the court, and their cords, the cloths of service, to do
11
service in the
days
holy
ago.
place, the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons, to minister in the priest's office. And all the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses. And they came, every one whose heart stirred him up,
Nawala
and
si
every one
Lolo
whom his
Danon.
spirit
Aray
made
ko.
willing. And they brought the Lord's offering to the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, and for all his service, and for the holy garments. And they came, both men and women, as many as were willing-hearted, and brought bracelets, and earrings, and rings, and tablets, all jewels of gold. And every man that offered an offering of gold unto the Lord. And every man with whom was found blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen, and goat's hair, and red skins of rams, and badger skins, brought them. Every one that did offer an offering of silver and brass brought the Lord's offering. And every man with whom was found shittim wood for any work of the service brought it. And all the women that were wise-hearted did spin with their hands, and brought that which they had spun, both of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine linen. And all the women whose heart stirred them up in wisdom spun goat's hair. And the rulers brought onyx stones, and stones to be set, for the ephod, and for the breastplate, and spice, and oil for the light, and for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. The children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, every man and woman, whose heart made them willing to bring for all manner of work, which the Lord had commanded to be made by the hand of Moses. And Moses said unto the children of Israel, See, the Lord hath called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. And he hath filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship, and to devise curious works, to work in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in the cutting of stones, to set them, and in carving of
Kain
wood,
pala
to
kung
make any
kanin.
manner of cunning work. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. Them hath he filled with wisdom of heart, to work all manner of work, of the engraver, and of the cunning workman, and of the embroiderer, in blue,
Ayan
and
na,
in purple,
tapos na.
in scarlet,
Okay.
and in fine linen, and of the weaver, even of them that do any work, and of those that
Init.
devise cunning work.
Chapter 36. Wise-hearted men are chosen to work on the tabernacle. Moses restrains the people from donating any more material.
Then wrought Bezaleel and Aholiab, and every
Page
wise-hearted man,
75.
in whom
Isa
the Lord
lang.
put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the
Isa lang
sanctuary,
nalablag ko.
according to all that the Lord had
Saan
commanded.
pumunta
And
ito?
Moses called Bezaleel and Aholiab, and every wise-hearted man, in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom.
Mega love shout out sis Melody Aban. Hello sis Melody
And they received
Aban.
of Moses all the offering which the children of Israel
Teresita
had brought for the work
FW
of the
Vlog.
service of
Hello
the
po.
sanctuary, to make it withal. And they
Yan.
brought yet unto
Laki-laki
him free offerings
afternoon.
every morning.
Ito ako
And all
nag-play
the
kay
wise
ano.
men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came every man from his work which they made.
Dito ako
And they
nag-play
spake unto
kay
Moses, saying, The
Jomsky
people
Lab.
have much more than enough for the service of the work which the Lord commanded to make.
Nagugas ng plato eh.
And they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying,
Yan,
Let
nag-work
neither man
na
nor
ang aking
woman
night
make any
boot
more
mga
work for the
kapatid.
offering of the sanctuary. So the people
Hello
were restrained
Teresita and
from bringing,
host.
for the stuff they
Kakagising
had
lang
was
host.
sufficient for all the
Oh!
work to make it, and too much. And every wise-hearted man
Ako
among them
grabe,
that wrought
hindi
the
na
work
gan
of the tabernacle made 10 curtains of fine
tulog.
twined linen, and blue,
Inayos ko yung
purple,
ano,
and scarlet,
membership.
with cherubims of
Hi
cunning work
Sister
making them.
OFW
The
Vlog.
length of
Meron na
one
po akong
curtain was
membership.
28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. The curtains were all of one size. And he coupled the 5 curtains one unto another,
Inayos ko
and the
yung
other 5
night boot
curtains he
ko.
coupled one unto another.
Bago
And
lang
he made
nakuha. Ang
loops of
tagal
blue
ko
on
na
the
yan
edge of one curtain from the
inano eh.
selvedge in the coupling. Likewise he made in the uttermost side of another curtain
Yan,
in the coupling of the
mag-OTW
second.
na po ako sa'yo
50 loops
Sister
made he in one
Tapos na
curtain,
ako kay
and
ano.
50 loops made he
Tapos
in
na
the
ako kay
edge of the
Tubig
curtain which
Danom
was in the coupling of the second.
Channels.
The loops
Then
held one
kay
curtain to another.
Jomsky
And he
Lab.
made 50 taches of gold, and coupled the curtains one unto another with the taches. So it
Nagtitake
became
note ako
one
sa
tabernacle.
pangalan
And he
kasi
made curtains of
iniisa-isa ko
goat's hair
yan
for the tent over the
ayudahan.
tabernacle. 11 curtains he made.
Yan oh, my
The length of one curtain was
attendance.
30 cubits,
Kasi
and 4 cubits was the breadth of
para
one curtain. The 11 curtains were of one
ayan,
size.
tapos
And
na
he coupled
mag-pin
5
ako.
curtains by
Ay, di
themselves,
na
and
makapin
6
kay
curtains by themselves. And he
Sister
made 50 loops upon the
Diretso na
uttermost
lang
edge
ako
of the curtain
Sister
in the coupling, and 50 loops made he upon the
mag-play.
edge of the curtain which coupleth the second. And he made 50 taches of brass to couple the tent together,
Ayos
that it
ba?
might be
Ayos,
one. And
naayos
he made
din
a covering
yung
for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and a covering of badger skins above that. And he made boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood, standing out. The length of a board was 10 cubits, and the breadth of a board 1 cubit and a half. One board had 2 tenons, equally distant one
Ayan,
from another.
OTW po
Thus
sa
did he make for all
Sister
the boards of the tabernacle.
Mag-watch
And he
po
made
ako.
boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south
Ay.
side southward, and 40
Nakaano
sockets
si
of silver
Sister
he made under the 20 boards.
Play lang ako
2
sa ano
sockets
mo
under
no.
one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. And for
Pwede
the
ba
other
yun
side of the
gala
tabernacle,
Sister
which is
pag
toward
ano?
the north corner, he made 20 boards. And there are 40 sockets of silver.
Ay,
2
ang
sockets
cute ng
under
mga
one board,
hamster mo,
and 2
naaliw
sockets
ako
under another
manood.
board.
Ang dami mong
And
ano.
for the sides of the
Di ako
tabernacle westward, he made 6 boards.
business
And 2
kasi
boards made he for the corners of the tabernacle in the
yung
2
sham,
sides. And
yung
they were
sham ko
coupled
ng
beneath and
hamster.
coupled together at the head
May
thereof
dalawang seryan
to
pa
one
ako
ring.
nun
Thus he
wala.
did to both of them in both the corners.
Naging 11 sana
And there were
kasi
8
nagkaroon
boards,
ng
and
baby,
their sockets
3
were
lang
16
pinaka
sockets of
nabuhay.
silver. Under every board
Namatay
2
naman yung
sockets.
tatay tsaka
And he made bars
nanay.
of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the
Kaya
one
ang
side of the tabernacle,
natira,
and
6
5
na
bars
lang.
for the boards of the other side of
Gusto
the
ko sana
tabernacle, and
i-business
5
yung
bars for the boards of the tabernacle for the sides
hamster
westward.
namin eh.
And he made the middle
Ang
bar to shoot
init.
through the boards from the one end to the other.
Naiirita ako.
And he overlaid the boards with gold, and made their rings of gold in places for the
Congrats,
bars,
thank you
and
sa
overlaid the bars
pa-congrats
with gold. And he
Sis
made a veil of
Melody.
blue, and purple,
Ano
and
yung
scarlet, and fine twined linen.
gugulin ko na
Cherubims
lang
made
po
he it
yung
of
ano
cunning
no,
work.
yung
And he
$10
made thereunto 4
Sis
pillars of
Melody
shittim
Aban.
wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold,
After
and
ng
he cast for them
$10
4
ba?
sockets of silver. And he made a
mag-email yun
hanging
si
for the
Lolo.
tabernacle door of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen.
Nahirapan
of
ako
Ethiope.
mag-fill
And the
up po
5
dun
pillars
sa
of it
ano,
with
sa
their hooks.
membership.
And he overlaid their
Kinuha ko lang
chapiters and their
yung
fillets with gold.
mga
But their 5
bababa.
sockets were of brass.
Yung
Chapter
25,
37.
49, 79, tsaka 99.
And the cherubims. He makes the table, the vessels,
Yun lang
the
kinuha ko.
candlestick, the
Sige,
incense
mamaya
altar,
ano.
the holy anointing oil, and the sweet incense.
And Bezaleel made the ark of shittim
Play
wood.
ko lang
2
sis.
cubits and a half was the
Nakaano
length
si
of it,
sister
and a cubit
pala.
and a half the breadth of it, and a cubit and a
Naka-LS
half
si
the height of it.
sister.
And he overlaid it with pure gold within and without, and made a crown of gold to it round about. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold, to be set by the 4 corners of it, even 2 rings upon the one side of it, and 2 rings upon the other
Ano
side
oras
of it.
ka ba
And he
mag-LS
made
sis
staves of
Melody?
shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold.
Paano
And
ba
he
ito
put the
punta kay
staves to
sister?
the
Di
rings by the sides
magutol
of
ay.
the ark, to bear the ark. And he
Ba't
made the
ganun?
mercy
May
seat of pure
ano,
gold. 2 cubits and a half was the
ayaw
length
ng
thereof,
Guto
and 1
channel.
cubit
Ba't
and a half
ganun?
the breadth thereof.
Agkat
And he made 2 cherubims
nairita
of gold,
talaga ako.
beaten out of 1
Mababo
piece,
ko
making
kasi
them
hindi
on
sanay
the 2
mag
ends of the mercy seat.
ano,
1 cherub on the end
hindi
on this
sanay
side, and
maglugay.
another cherub on the other
Kaya,
end on that
teka nga,
side.
may
Out of the mercy
mahaba
seat
pa.
made he the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubims spread out their wings on high, and covered with their wings over the mercy seat, with their faces one to another. Even to the mercy seatward were the faces of the cherubims. And he made the table of shittim wood. 2 cubits was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And he overlaid it with
Di
pure
ko
gold,
mapli kay
and made
ano,
thereunto a
sa'yo,
crown of gold round about.
di man
Also he
maguto
made
channel
thereunto
eh.
a border of an handbreadth
Pag di
round
kayo
about,
magbaba
and made a
ng
crown of gold for the
bahay,
border thereof round about.
itong isa
And
hindi
he cast for
makaguto
it 4
channel.
rings of gold,
Wala.
the rings
Dalawa
upon the
lang
4
yung
corners
action
that were in
lumabas
the
pag
4 feet thereof.
pinindot
Over
kayo.
against the border were the rings,
Action,
places
report,
for the
tsaka
staves
black
to bear
lang.
the
Ba't
table.
ganun?
And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold, to bear the
Ay,
table.
hindi.
And he made the
Gagawa
vessels
pala
which
ako
were
ng
upon the
ano.
table, his dishes,
Pag
and
ano
his
pala
spoons,
yun, no?
and his bowls, and his covers to cover withal, of pure gold.
Ay, gagawa
And he
ako
made the candlestick
ng
of pure gold.
magic
Of
cord
beaten
ko,
cord
no?
made he the
Para
candlestick,
ako yung
his shaft,
ay
and his
sinight-bot
branch, his
magbaba
bowls,
ng
his
bahay,
knobs,
no?
and his
Pwede.
flowers were of the same. And 6 branches going out of the
Yun, try
sides
ko
thereof.
pala, may ganun
3
pala.
branches of the candlestick out of the one side thereof, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side
Ito,
thereof.
makatype
3
pa ako.
bowls made after the fashion of almonds in one branch, a knot and a
Para
flower,
watch ito
and
kay
3 bowls
sister
made
eh.
like almonds in another branch,
Hindi
a
makaano
knot and a
tong
flower.
isa eh.
So throughout the 6 branches going out of the candlestick.
Nakakaloka naman to sis Melody yung maraming sipit.
His knobs and his flowers. And a
Tapos
knot
di ba
under
may
2
mga
branches of the
password
same,
pa.
and a knot under 2 branches of the
Eh,
same,
nag-watch
and
ako
a
kay
knot
sister
under
eh.
2
Di naman
branches
to
of the same,
makakomment.
according to the 6 branches going out of it. Their knops and their branches were of the same. All of it was one beaten work of
Sa
pure gold.
sa
And he
pin
made his 7
yung
lamps,
$10.
and his snuffers, and his snuff dishes of pure gold. Of a talent
Yeah,
of pure
nasa
gold
ano
made
pa
he
ako
it,
eh.
and all the vessels
$5.
thereof.
Yeah,
And he made the
tsaga-tsaga pa
incense altar of shittim wood.
mag-LS.
The length of it was a cubit, and the breadth of it a cubit. It was 4 square.
Unti
And
na
2
lang,
cubits was the
mangangalatin
height
ako
of it.
sis
The
Melody.
horns thereof were of the same. And he
Na
overlaid it
mga
with pure gold,
supporters
both
na
the top of it and the sides
nagpalipad
thereof
ng
round
super
about,
chat at
and
saka
the horns
super
of it.
sticker. Thanks
Also he made
much.
unto it
Yan,
a
unting
crown of gold
push pa.
round about.
4:30 ka pa mag
rings of gold for it
ano,
under the crown thereof, by
LS.
the 2
Sige.
corners of it, upon the 2
Ay,
sides
naku, sa
thereof,
lab,
to be
oras
places
ko
for the
naman ng
staves
work
to bear
pala
it
yan.
withal.
Kaya pala
And he
minsan
made
di
the
ko pa
staves of shittim
maabutan.
wood, and overlaid them with gold. And he made the holy anointing oil, and the pure incense of sweet spices,
Ito na lang igala ko
according to the
sa
work of
inyo
the
kay
apothecary.
sister.
Chapter 38. Bezaleel and others make the altar of burnt offerings, and all things pertaining to the tabernacle. Offerings are made by 603,550 men.
And he made the altar of burnt offering of shittim wood. 5 cubits was the length thereof, and 5 cubits the breadth thereof. It was 4 square, and 3 cubits the height thereof. And he made the horns thereof on the 4 corners of it. The horns thereof were of the same. And he overlaid it with brass. And he made all the vessels of the altar, the pots, and the shovels, and the basins, and the
Message
flesh
lang ako
hooks, and the
kay
fire
ano.
pans. All the vessels thereof made he of brass. And he made for the altar a brazen grate
Wait.
of network under the compass thereof, beneath unto the midst of it. And he cast 4 rings for the 4 ends of the grate of brass, to be places for the staves. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with brass. And he put the staves into the rings on the sides of the altar, to bear it withal. He made the altar hollow with boards. And he made the laver of brass, and the foot of it of brass, of the looking glasses of the women assembling, which assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he made the court. On the south side southward the hangings of the court were of fine twined linen, 100 cubits. Their pillars were 20, and their brazen sockets 20. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets were of silver. And for the north side the hangings were 100 cubits.
Wait,
Their
baba lang
pillars
ko
were 20,
Ay,
and their
sige.
sockets of brass 20. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. And for the west side were hangings of 50 cubits. Their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. And for the east side eastward 50 cubits.
Herbalist
The hangings of the one
Tinay.
side of the gate were 15
Then,
cubits.
ito
Their pillars
akani.
3, and their sockets 3. And for the other side of the court gate, on this hand and that hand, were hangings of 15 cubits. Their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. All the hangings of the court round about were of fine twined linen. And the sockets for the pillars were of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. And the overlaying of their chapiters of silver. And all the pillars of the court were filleted with silver. And the hanging for the gate of the court was needlework, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. And 20 cubits was the length, and the height and the breadth was 5 cubits, answerable to the hangings of the court. And their pillars were 4, and their sockets of brass 4. Their hooks of silver, and the overlaying of their chapiters, and their fillets of silver.
Oh,
And all the pins of the tabernacle, and of the court round about, were of brass. This is the sum of the tabernacle, even of the tabernacle of testimony, as it was counted, according to the commandment of Moses, for the service of the Levites, by the hand of Ithamar, son to
basta
Aaron
dito
the
lang
priest,
sa bahay.
and Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made all that the Lord commanded Moses. And with him was Aholiab, son of
Sige.
Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan,
Nagwawatch
an
lang ako
engraver,
sa
and a
video
cunning
mo.
workman, and an embroiderer in blue, and in purple, and in scarlet, and fine linen. All the gold that was occupied for the
Na
work in all the
pagka
work of
may
the
new
holy
upload
place,
ka,
even the
nagbibisita
gold
ako
of
sis
the
Melody
offering was
Aban sa
29
yung ano,
talents, and
sa yung
730 shekels, after the shekel
mga
of the
videos.
sanctuary.
Basta dito
And
lang
the
ako sa
silver of them
bahay
that were
kasi
numbered of the
dito may
congregation
wifi.
was 100 talents, and
4:30
1,760
p.m. Ay, mamaya alas 4 lalabas na ako mangolekta ng
a beka for every
mga
man, that is,
kasi
half a shekel,
merong, di may
after
wasan
the shekel
merong
of the
mag-credit
sanctuary,
nito.
for every one that went to be
Kape.
numbered,
Tapos
from 20 years
spirulina.
old
Ito lang naman
or
tatlo yung
600,000
bestseller ko.
3,550
Ayun
men.
laging
And of the
nabibenta.
100 talents of silver were cast the sockets of the sanctuary, and the sockets of the veil, and 100 sockets of the 100 talents, a talent for a socket. And of the 1,775 shekels he made hooks for the pillars, and overlaid their chapiters and filleted them. And the brass of the offering was 70 talents, and 2,400 shekels. And therewith he made the sockets to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the brazen altar, and the brazen grate for it, and all the vessels of the altar, and the sockets of the court round about, and the sockets of the court gate, and all the pins of the tabernacle, and all the pins of the court round about.
5, ano,
Chapter 39.
nasa
Holy garments are made for
road
Aaron
to
and the priests.
$6 na
The
eh.
breastplate is made.
Mga $4 mahigit na lang yung need ko.
Moses blesses the people.
Kaya nag-try ako gusto ko sana mag-try ng
They made cloths of service
LS ng
to do
madaling
service in the holy
araw
place,
para yung
and made
mga
the holy garments for
supporter
Aaron,
ko
as the
na
Lord commanded Moses. And he made the ephod of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine
pagka
twined linen. And
makagala
David
ako
beat
sa
the gold into thin plates, and cut it into
LS mo.
wires, to work it in the blue, and in the purple, and in the scarlet, and in the fine linen, with cunning work. They made shoulder pieces for it, to couple it together. By the two edges was it coupled together. And the curious girdle of his ephod that was upon it was of the same, according to the work thereof, of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they wrought onyx stones enclosed in ouches of gold, graven as signets are graven, with the names of the children of Israel. And he put them on the shoulders of the ephod, that they should be stones for a memorial to the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he made the breastplate of cunning work, like the work of the ephod, of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. It was foursquare. They made the breastplate double. A span was the length thereof, and a span the breadth thereof, being doubled. And they set in it 4 rows of stones. The first row was a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This was the first row. And the second row, an emerald, a sapphire, and
Hi,
a diamond.
Powell
And
Pass.
the third row,
Ah,
a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an
sige
onyx, and a
si
jasper.
Melody
They
Aban,
were enclosed in
ako.
ouches of gold in their enclosings. And the stones were according to the names
Yung
of the
iba
children of
tang
Israel.
sponsor
12
mo na
according to their
dikitan ko
names,
na eh.
like the engravings of a signet, every one with his name, according to the 12 tribes. And they made upon the
Oo nga,
breastplate
dapat
chains
di
at the ends
mag-escape,
of
no?
wreathen work of pure gold.
Tuloy-tuloy.
And they made 2 ouches of gold, and 2 gold rings, and put the 2 rings in the 2 ends of the breastplate. And they put the 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings on the ends of the breastplate. And the 2
Yung
ends of
iba
the 2
namang
wreathen
kasi
chains they
sis,
fastened
yung
in the 2 ouches,
di
and
pa
put them
talaga
on the
totally
shoulder pieces of
seryoso
the
sa
ephod before it.
YTC
And
nila,
they
di
made
ba?
2
Lalo
rings of
yung
gold, and put them on the 2
hindi pa
ends of
nila
the breastplate,
nakita
upon
yung
the border of it, which was on the side of the ephod
earnings.
inward. And
Kaya
they made 2
medyo
other golden
pa yung
rings, and
iba.
put them on the 2 sides
Parang
of the ephod
wala
underneath,
lang.
toward the 4 part
Pero
of it,
pag nakita
over
nila,
against
ako
the other
na-inspire
coupling
ako dun
thereof,
sa
above the curious girdle of
mga
the
sa
ephod. And they
batchmate
did
ko,
bind the
sa
breastplate
iba
by
na
his rings unto the rings
nag-earning
of the
ng
ephod with a lace of
bongga
blue,
sa YT
that it
nila
might be above
dahil
the curious girdle of the
sobrang
ephod, and that the breastplate might not be
sipag
loose from
nila
the ephod, as
mag-LS,
the Lord commanded Moses.
makipaglaban, di ba?
And he made the robe of the ephod of woven work, all of blue. And there was an hole in the
Doon
midst
ako
of the
kay
robe, as the
ginala
hole
ko
of the
yung isa
tabernacle,
ko kay
with a band round about the hole, that it should not rend.
Wala, bakit
And they made
nagraran lang
ornaments
tong
of the robe,
isa ko?
pomegranates
Diba
of
yan?
blue, and
Ang init
purple,
dito,
and
Reko.
scarlet, and
Katipan,
twined
ano
linen.
ko, kakain na
They
nga
made
ako.
bells of pure gold, and put the bells between the pomegranates
Ay,
upon the
nasa
hem of the
ano
robe,
siya.
round about between the pomegranates. A bell and a
Saan?
pomegranate, a bell and a pomegranate, round about the hem
Magbayad
of the
ka?
robe to minister in, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they made coats of fine linen of woven work for Aaron
Saan
and for his sons, and a mitre of fine
is
linen,
ka?
and goodly bonnets of fine linen, and linen breeches of fine twined linen.
Ako sa
And a girdle of
Guada
fine
eh.
twined linen, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, of needlework, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they made the plate of the holy crown of
4:30,
pure gold,
lalabas naman
and
ako.
wrote
Na
upon
oras
it
na ako
writing,
makauwi.
like
Di
to the
ko.
engravings of a
Pero
signet.
minsan, pag nandito ako sa bahay,
Witnesses to the Lord.
naabutan ko ang
And they tied it
LS
to it
mo.
with a lace of blue,
Pumapasok
and
ako.
fastened it on high upon the mitre, as the Lord commanded Moses. Thus was all the
Ka
work
lang.
of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation finished. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did they. And they brought the tabernacle unto
Teka lang,
Moses, the tent, and all
na
his furniture, his
na-chat
taches,
ko
his boards,
siya.
his bars, and his
Sabi
pillars,
niya
and his
mag-live.
sockets, and the covering of ram skins dyed red,
Wala
and the
naman.
covering of badger skins, and the veil of the
Alam
covering,
ko,
the ark of the
sabi
testimony,
niya,
and the staves thereof, and the mercy seat, the table, and all the
nasira
vessels thereof, and the
isipin niya.
showbread, the pure candlestick, with the lamps thereof, even with the lamps vessels thereof, and the oil for light, and the golden
Nag-LS
altar,
ka ba
and the
kapon? Dito
anointing,
lang ako
and
ah.
the sweet incense,
Nakakagala naman
and the
tong ibang
tabernacle,
CP ko.
the brazen
Iba
altar,
pag
and his
tulad
graven
ngayon hindi
brass,
pa
his
busy.
staves, and all his
Diyan
vessels,
si
the
Powell
laver,
pas
and his foot,
nagwa-watch
the
lang.
hangings of the court,
Yan
his
nangyari
pillars,
sa
and his
si,
sockets, and the
isang
hanging
ano
for the
ko.
court gate, his cords, and his pins, and all the vessels of the service of the
O
tabernacle,
ay,
for the
sira.
tent of the congregation, the cloths of service to do service in the holy place, and the holy
Talaga.
garments for Aaron the priest, and his sons' garments, to minister in the priest's office.
Na-chat ko
According to
siya,
all
sabi
that
niya
the Lord
mag-live.
commanded Moses,
Wala naman.
so the children of Israel made all the work.
Alam ko,
And Moses
sabi
did look
niya,
upon all the work, and behold, they had
nasira
done it
si
as the Lord
Tina.
had commanded. Even so had they done it, and Moses blessed them.
Chapter 40. The tabernacle is reared. Aaron and his sons are washed and anointed, and given an everlasting priesthood. The glory of the Lord fills
Well,
the tabernacle.
wala
A
pa.
cloud covers the
Okay.
tabernacle by day,
Gaano
and fire
bisita.
rests on it by night.
Ay, dahan.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, On the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation, and thou shalt put therein the ark of the testimony, and cover the ark with the veil. And thou shalt bring in the table, and set in order the things that are to be set in order upon it.
Sis Melody, nasa bahay ka lang ba? Wala kang work?
And thou shalt set the
Eh,
altar
may
of
nag-chat sa akin.
before the ark of the
Ano,
testimony.
baka magpamassage. Ganyan. Pag, eh, di na ako nagpupog sa Facebook eh, na available ako today. Ganyan, magaganyan sana ako pag kaso yung mag-massage ng lalaki kasi dahil iba yung power ko sa lalaki. Mabilis manghina, mabilis mawala yung power ko. Mas okay sa babae yung ano ko, yung lakas. Pala, di pala naka-volume, buti naririnig nyo
It
ako.
shall be an altar most holy. And thou shalt anoint the laver and his foot, and sanctify it. And thou shalt bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and wash them
Kanino
with
na to?
water. And thou shalt put upon Aaron the holy garments, and anoint him, and sanctify him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt bring his sons, and clothe them with coats, and thou shalt anoint them, as thou didst anoint their father.
Naka-live yun Cyrus si Herbalista. Hindi pala ito Marites si Herbalista Ate Tere. Loko-loko. Wala na, nawala na si sis. Loko-loko. Loko to si yan. Ay, kaya pala. Guardians Vlog Official. Ala ka, naka-live na naman ako. Hindi ko tuloy maano yung kuan. Tapos na yung LS mo. And he brought the ark into the tabernacle, and set up the veil of the covering, and covered the ark of the testimony, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the table in the tent of the congregation, upon the side of the tabernacle northward, without the veil. And he set the bread in order upon it before the Lord, as the Lord had commanded Moses. And he put the candlestick in the tent of the congregation, over against the table, on the side of the yes,
tabernacle
halos
south.
skip ang
And he
iba.
lighted the lamps before
si,
the Lord,
si,
as the Lord
si
commanded
ano.
Moses. And he put the golden altar in the tent of the congregation before
Ayan
the
na,
veil.
bibigyan
And he
kitang
burned the sweet incense thereon,
simple
as the Lord
Syra,
commanded Moses.
Syra ka na lang
Set
yan,
up the
nabudol
hanging
mo
over
ako
the
dun.
tabernacle. And he put the altar of burnt offering
O,
by the door of
kachat
the
ko si
tabernacle of the
Bro
congregation,
Charles
and
kagabi.
offered upon it the burnt
Sabi
offering
ko,
and the meat offering,
nanap
as
ko
the Lord
LS mo,
commanded
hindi ka ba
Moses.
mag-LS,
And
sabi
he
mo.
set
At
the veil
kagabi ba,
between the
nakarang
tent of
gabi.
the congregation and the altar. And
Mamaya
Moses
mag-LS daw siya.
and Moses
Isinilip
and
ko,
Aaron
wala
and his
naman.
sons washed their hands and their feet thereat.
Ay, hindi. I-ano ko na lang pala ng 5 second.
and the altar, and set up the hanging of the court gate.
Hindi ko alam, pinag-aaralan ko eh.
Then a cloud covered the tent of the
si,
congregation, and
si,
the memorial
Simple
of
Syra,
the tabernacle, and the
mag-suggest ka naman. 5 second ko lang. O 3
congregation,
second.
because the cloud rode thereon, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle.
Loko-loko to.
And the cloud was taken up from before the tabernacle. The children of Israel went onward in all their journeys.
Siyempre, nasad kasi yung ano niya, 'di ba, yung YTC niya,
For the cloud of the
eh,
Lord was
lagi
upon
ko
the
inaabangan, 'di ba, sa
and the fire
gabi.
was
Bakit?
by night,
Sayang,
sight to
malaki
all
na
the
yung
household,
bahay niya,
throughout
tapos
all their
hindi
journeys.
niya na ipagpatuloy.
And the
Na-watch ko
fire
yung
devoured
huli
all
niyang
his
in-upload,
inhabitants.
yung
Chapter 2.
nilalaro niya yung aso, 'di ba?
Are
Para yun na lang yung
sacrifices
huling upload niya eh.
burnt offerings
Siyempre
for
nasad
sins.
kasi ano, pero sabi niya,
And the Lord called unto
ha?
Moses, and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of the
Hindi.
congregation,
Negosyo
saying,
linya ko,
Speak
di
unto
ako
the children
nag-work
of
sa other
Israel,
people.
and say unto them,
Ay,
If
oo.
any man of you bring an
Akin,
offering
negosyo
unto the
tsaka.
Lord, ye shall bring your offering unto him, even of the lamb and of the flock,
Siyempre, pag
his
nandun
offering,
sa
to sacrifice
LS niya,
unto the Lord, and
yung
the
kahit
offering of
papano,
the
di
burnt
ba,
offerings,
napasaya
and the
tayo.
offering of his
Tapos
own
biglang nasira cellphone niya. Hindi pa siya makabili ng bago. Ay, sabi niya
and it shall be
nung
acceptable
gumala
unto
siya
him
kay
before him. And he shall
madiscarding
bring
nanay
it
ata yun.
unto the Lord,
Nanghiram lang daw
and
siya
the
ng cellphone
sacrifice
sa boss
shall be
niya.
made
Oh.
by, and sprinkle the blood round about upon the altar
Loko-loko to.
and the tabernacle of the
Gano'n
congregation,
na talaga kayo
and he shall
ka-close
slay
ni
the burnt
Toto
offering,
Charles.
and cut it
Hindi
in pieces,
minsan
and the
nga
sin offering
mag-message
and the
ako sa
priest shall burn the fire
messenger.
upon the altar,
Sin mode nga lang niya eh.
in order upon the fire. And the priests and the sons shall
Di
burn the
naman,
first
ano
the
lang.
head and the fat, in order upon the wood that is on the fire which is upon the altar.
Oh, di mo
And the
nakita
sacrifice of
na
thanksgiving
doon
shall
siya
be done,
gumala kay
and the
Madis
priest shall
ata
burn it
yun.
upon the altar to be a burnt
Tapos gumala din
sacrifice,
ako doon kay
an offering made
madiscarding
by
nanay.
fire of a sweet savour unto the Lord.
Nagsabi siya doon na
And his
ano,
offering made of the flocks
nakahiram nga
he
daw
shall
siya
bring
ng
unto the
cellphone
altar
sa
for
boss
a
niya kaya
sacrifice.
nakagala
He shall
siya.
bring it a male without blemish, and he shall kill it on the side of the altar northward before the
Oo,
Lord.
sige, balik ka na
And the
doon.
priests, Aaron's
Doon
sons,
ako
shall
nakatambay
sprinkle
sa
his blood
cellphone
round
ko.
about upon the altar, and he
Buti
shall
nga,
burn it in
mabait
6
yung
pieces,
boss
and
niya
set
eh,
it
no?
in
Kaya
fire.
lang,
And the
baka
priest
pag
shall
nandun
burn it
lang sa ano,
upon the
sa
wood that is on the fire,
sa
which is
work
upon
niya,
the altar.
nakakahiram
But
siya
he
ng
shall first
cellphone
make
ng
it
boss
clean
niya. E
that it
paano
is
kung
withdrawn,
pag-uwi niya ng
and he shall
bahay?
bring it all, and burn it upon the altar.
Naharang
It is
si
a burnt
ano,
sacrifice, an offering made
naharang
by
si
fire,
Sweets eh.
of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to the Lord be of fowls, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or of young pigeons, and the priest shall bring it unto the altar, and wring off his head, and burn it on the altar, and the blood thereof
Rak-rakan.
shall be run along the side of the altar. And he shall pluck a priest
Hindi ako
out of his
lumabas. Pag
fowls, and
lumabas eh,
cast
no?
it beside the altar upon the east part, by the place of the ashes. And he shall cook it with the wings thereof, but shall not divide it asunder. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar, upon the wood that is upon the fire. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord.
Chapter 2.
Laka, bakit nagra-run lang yung ano ko?
And when any will offer a meat offering unto the Lord, his offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it, and put frankincense thereon. And he shall bring it to Aaron's sons the
Full payment
priests,
mo.
and he shall take thereof his handful of the flour thereof, and of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense
Pala
thereof.
ang
And the
babayaran.
priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is the most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. And if thou bring an oblation of
Ilan ba yun ako? 10 second pa rin.
Thou shalt part it in pieces, and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. And if thy oblation be a meat offering, baked
Bilhan nyo
by
ng
fire,
cellphone.
it shall be made
Bilhan
with
nyo
fine
ng
flour and
cellphone.
oil. And thou
Di,
shalt
no.
bring the meat offering
Baka
that is made
makabili
basted
yun
in
ng
silver,
ano. Kasi wala pa siyang
and is presented unto the
ano, sis
priest.
Melody
He shall
Aban.
bring it unto
Wala
the
pa
altar.
siyang
And the priest shall take from the meat
first
offering
revenue
of the
niya. Hindi
oil
pa niya
thereof,
nakuha,
and shall
inaantay
burn
niya
them upon the
kasi
altar. It is an
naglakad
offering
siya
made
dun
by
sa
fire,
tin, di
a
ba, yung sa
sweet
tax.
savor unto the Lord.
Ilang
And that which
ilang
is left of
percent
the
ba
meat
ang
offering shall be Aaron's and his
i-apply sa
sons.
tax?
It is the thing
15%?
most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire.
Hindi,
No meat
tumambay yung
offering
isa
which
ko
ye shall
kaya.
bring unto the Lord shall be made with leaven, for ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey, in any offering of the Lord made by fire. As for the oblation of the first fruits, ye shall offer them unto the Lord.
Uy!
They shall not be
Look.
burned on the altar for a sweet savor. And every oblation of thy meat offering shalt thou season with salt. Neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy
Hindi
God
yun
to be
nag...
lacking from thy meat offering. With all thine offerings thou shalt offer salt. And if thou offer a meat offering of thy first fruits unto the Lord, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of thy first fruits green ears of corn dried by the fire, even corn beaten out of full ears. And thou shalt put oil upon it, and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beaten
Oo,
corn thereof,
oo
and
nga,
fat
may
thereof,
computer siya.
with
Bakit
all
di
the
pwede
frankincense thereof.
maka-LS sa
It is
computer?
an offering made by
Di ba
fire
pwede?
unto the Lord.
Di na siya nag-LS. Kinukumusta ni Sweet
Peace
Syra.
offerings are made with animals without blemish, whose blood is sprinkled on the altar. Israel is forbidden to eat fat or blood.
And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two
Si Sweet
kidneys,
Syra.
and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it
May
shall be taken
computer
away.
siya.
And Aaron's
O,
sons
sayang
shall
yun
burn it
nun.
on the
Paano yun?
altar
Hindi
on the wood of the
nakapag-LS.
sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto the
May,
Lord
may
be of the
na-conflict.
flock, male
Ano
or
Ben? Mali
female,
tuloy
he shall
yung...
offer it without blemish. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's son shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of the sacrifice
Katawa
of the peace
talaga.
offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat
Teka
thereof,
lang,
and the whole of
mag-ano
it.
lang ako
It
sa'yo.
shall he take off hard by the backbone,
Stop ko
and the
muna
fat that
reading.
covereth the inwards,
Kasi,
and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn it
oo,
upon the
ayos,
altar.
ay,
It is the food of the
nag-post siya
Lord
na
made
ano,
by fire.
nag-post siya na okay na
And
yung
if his offering be
tax
an
niya.
offering, then he shall offer it before the Lord.
Yun,
And
di
he
ba
shall lay
tapos
his
nun
hand
ano,
upon
antay
it,
na lang niya
and
yung
kill it before the
first
tabernacle of the
revenue. Wala,
congregation. And the sons
para
of
makuha
Aaron
niya yung
shall
first
sprinkle the
revenue.
blood thereof
Paano yun?
upon the
Kailangan
altar
ng
round about. And he shall offer thereof his offering,
100
even an
YTC.
offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards,
24
and all the fat
deduction
that is upon
worldwide
the
revenue
inwards,
pag di
and the two
kayo
kidneys, and the
nakasubmit
fat
ng
that is
tax.
upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above
Magsasubmit
the liver,
ako.
with the kidneys, it
Ano yun,
shall he take away.
mag,
And the priest
magpapadala ng email si Lolo para sa tax, then pipilapan ko.
For a sweet savor, all the fat is the Lord's. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood.
Chapter 4. Sinners are forgiven through sin offerings of animals without blemish.
Agay-agay, nasa work pa si Dodong. Michael Kagulada Official, Kagulada Official. Pernera pa na ako Magben and Vlog, shout out to you. Host, give me some bananas, help my channel, please. Okay.
And shall do against any of them. If the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people,
Oh, di ba pwede mag-LS sa ano?
which he hath sinned,
Pwede mag-LS sa
unto the Lord for a sin offering. And he shall
computer?
bring the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord,
Okay, sis Migben. Naku, nasa work pa si Michael.
before the Lord. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood,
Naku, nawala naman ng signal.
and the priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle of the blood 7 times before the Lord, before the veil of the sanctuary. And the priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar
May
of
premiere
smoking
ka,
incense
may
before the
premiere
Lord,
ka ba?
which is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour all the blood of the bullock
Ay,
and
di
the
pa to
lot of the
dikit.
sheep
Wow, ang laki na ng bahay
which
ni
is at
Sis
the door of
Melody
the
Aba.
tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall take offering of all the fat of the bullock for the sin offering, the fat that is
Ayan
upon
na,
the hip,
tamsakan ko
and of the
yung
fat that is upon the
upcoming
loins,
LS mo.
and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys,
Wow,
and shall
ang
put them
galing
before the
pa.
Lord, as it
Bongga
was
na
taken
yung
off
ano.
from the bullock of the sacrifice
Yes,
of peace
make Ben
offerings.
and Vlogs.
And the priest
Hi,
shall
wait
bring
a
it upon the
minute.
altar
I
of the burnt
will.
offering,
Sige,
the skin of the bullock, and
mag
all his flesh, with his head, and with his legs, and his inwards, and his dung. Even the whole bullock shall ye carry
mag-attendance
before
lang
the
ako
Lord
para ano.
unto a clean
Kasi
place.
nag-start na ako
And he shall
mag-work.
offer his
Dan na
blood,
ako
and burn
kay
it before the Lord with fire.
Sister E.
And the
Then
hands of the
road
Levite
to
shall be pure,
OTW na ako kay
and the
ano.
whole congregation of Israel
Kay
will sin in ignorance,
Sis
and will think
Melody
evil
Aban.
in their eyes
O
against
sige,
me.
wait. Mag-ano
They
ako.
will not swear against any of the
Ay, hindi pala
commandments of the
kasi
Lord
tumakaano.
concerning things which should not be done,
Hindi
and the
makaguto
guilt
tong
of the
ibang
sin
ano ko.
which they have sinned against me is come. Then the
Ayan
congregation
kay
shall offer the
guardian.
young bullock for the sin, and bring him before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands upon
Nagraran
the head
lang.
of the bullock before the Lord, and the bullock shall be killed before the Lord. And the priest that is anointed shall bring of the bullock's blood to the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall dip his finger in some of the blood, and sprinkle it 7 times before the Lord, even before the veil. And he shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar, which is before the Lord, that is in the tabernacle of the
Ayan na
congregation,
sis
and shall
Melody
pour out the blood
Aban. Nag-ano
upon
na
the
ako na.
altar of the burnt
Then next,
offering, which
tamsak.
is at the door of the
Ilan na ba
tabernacle of the
tamsak ko sa'yo?
congregation. And he shall take all his fat from him, and burn it upon the altar. And he shall do with the bullock as he did with the bullock for a sin offering, so shall he do with this. And the priest shall make an atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them. And he shall carry forth the bullock without the camp, and burn him as he burned the first bullock. It is a sin offering for the congregation. When a ruler hath sinned, and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord his
Melody
God,
Aban.
concerning things which
Dito
should
ako
not
sa'yo
be
sis,
done,
magtamsak
is
ako.
guilty. For if his sin wherein he hath sinned
Magben, yesterday you're absent. Huh? You're absent yesterday. I do live stream 2 times a day. Yes, Magben.
offering before the Lord, it is
This
a
this
sin offering.
this time and at night
Of the sin offering with
at
his finger,
11 p.m. I
put it
try
upon
it.
the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out his blood at the bottom of the
Okay,
altar of burnt offering.
I'm working
And
now.
he shall burn all his
Miss, I'm Sis Megben, I'm working now,
priest shall make an
Melody
atonement for
Aban.
him as concerning his sin.
Kay ano pa ako, Sis Melody Aban.
And if any one of the
Oh,
congregation
mayroon
sin
niya
while he
nag-take
doeth somewhat
down
against
ako
any of the
kasi.
commandments of the Lord concerning
Ayan,
which
dikit na to kay
God
Sis
hath
Melody.
anointed him for his
Sister
sin
Krishna
shall he
Vlogs
bring an
Telugu.
atonement for him,
Hello, shout out
and
to
he shall
you.
bring his offering
And
with
nadana
two young
kay
goats, a female and a male,
Guardian
for the sin
Official
which he hath
Vlog.
sinned.
Then,
And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay the
ay,
sin
teka
offering
lang,
in the
may
place of
nag
the
ano.
burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood thereof with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away all the
Guardian
fat
Official
thereof,
Vlog
as the fat
nandyan.
is taken away from off the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor unto the
Then
Lord. And
si
the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. And if he bring a
dyan
lamb
si
for a sin offering,
Michael.
he shall bring it a female without blemish.
Wait lang.
And he shall
Ayan,
lay
oh,
his hand
may
upon
work
the
pa
head of the
kasi
sin
si
offering,
bro
and slay
Michael.
it for a sin offering, and
Michael
pour his drink in the burnt offering.
Lada
And the priest shall take of the blood of
Official.
the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt
Then
offering,
si
and shall pour out all the
Megven.
blood thereof at the bottom of the altar.
Meg.
And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings.
As
And the priest shall burn them upon the
yes,
altar
I'm okay,
and bring the
Sister
offerings thereof
Krishna. How
back
are
unto the
you?
Lord. And the priest shall make an atonement for his sin, and be
Megben.
forgiven, and it
Okay,
shall be forgiven
Megben.
him.
Wait a minute.
Chapter 5. The
I'm
king
start.
offered
I'm ano na.
sacrifices for their sins,
Dito na ako
forgive the
kay
sins of the
Sis
people,
Melody Aban.
the pass offering.
Then si
The
Sister
priest
Krishna.
will make an atonement
Uy,
for sin.
merong another alagad
And
si
the priest
Sister
will hear
Krishna.
the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he hath seen or known of it. If he do not utter it, then he shall bear his
Ano yung
iniquity,
ano?
or if a soul
Yes,
touch
good
any unclean thing,
afternoon,
whether it be a
Sister
carcass of an
Krishna.
unclean beast, or a carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he also
Paano
shall be
naman to
unclean
basahin?
and guilty.
Shri
Or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever
Shrita
uncleanness it be,
Star.
he shall be defiled with it. And
Shrita
when he
Star.
cometh out, when he
Please
goeth up,
support me, friends.
then he
Yes,
shall be
okay.
unclean. Or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil, or to do good,
Yada na
whatsoever
kay
it be
ano.
that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it
Sis
be evil, when
Melody,
he goeth up,
then
then he shall be guilty in one of these. And it shall
okay,
be, when he
work
shall be
na ako.
guilty in one of these things, that he shall
Start
confess that he hath
start
sinned in that thing,
working.
and he shall bring his trespass
One.
offering
Ito na
unto
ba
the
yung
Lord
one?
for his sin which he hath sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats, for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin. And if he be not able to bring a lamb,
Verbalista.
then he shall bring for his
Kay
trespass
Melody
which
Aban,
he hath
kay
committed
Melody
ten
Aban pa
turtle
ako.
doves,
Ay,
or two young
siya
pigeons
walang
unto
ano.
the Lord, one for a sin
Okay na
offering,
yan.
and the other for a burnt
Nagtamsak
offering.
na ako kay Sis
And he shall bring them
Melody
unto the
na.
priest, who shall offer
Ay
that
kasi
which
ito
is for a
hindi
sin
ko
offering
maano
first,
goto. Dalawa
and if
na.
it is given from
Sis
his
Melody
hand,
di ko
but shall
magoto
not
yung
defile
yung
himself,
dalawang CP
then he
kasi
shall sprinkle of
dot
the
dot
blood of
dot
the sin
lang siya. Di
offering upon the
makapag
side of
type.
the altar,
Kaya
and the rest of the blood
pag
shall be upon
walang
the
bahay,
burnt
hindi
part
siya
of the altar.
ano.
It is a sin offering.
Yan, kay
And he
guardian
shall
naman
offer his
tayo.
second for a burnt offering, according to the manner. And the priest shall make an atonement.
Okay, so next na yung kuhan ko no. Play. Guardian. Guardian official. Dikit na lahat pala sa'yo. Next kay Guardian official. Sino next? Si Michael hindi nagbaba ng bahay. Di ko ma-pin. Si Megben. Megben, okay. I will pin your house. Oh. Then, watching OTW Magben. Magben, yesterday last night, I'm watching your video. Okay, Sister Krishna. Ay, ang init dito. Super hot summertime kasi. Okay, nag-work pa ako kay mag-ayuda lang tayo ng watch hour kan. Hong Kong Diaries Twin. Okay, aray ko. Bigyan kitang jacket. Ayan na, may jacket na si Hong Kong. Hong Kong Diaries Twin. Wait lang sa aking membership sige. Ayos yung alagad mo ha. Sige. Pagkatapos ng di pa tapos LS mo, mamaya tambayan ko ulit pag di pa tapos. Trabahoin ko lang tong mga to. Sunod-sunod na ako si Sister Krishna naman. Oo, mag-LS ako mamayang gabi. Mag-deliver lang naman ako. Tsaka baka hopefully makamassage ng isa dito lang naman. After ko mag-LS ngayon 2 hours, then alis na ako. Mag-alas 4 p.m. alis na ako. Tapos mag-set up ako ng LS ko mamayang gabi. Sige, para chika tayo dun. Inayos ko pa yung membership. Hindi pa kumpleto, ewan ko. Ayusin ko pa, napuyat ako kain nga lang ako, wala pa akong kain. Dito ako kay ayan, natapos na kay Guardian, kay Magben and vlogs ako. Play lang ako kay Magben. Kasi mixi naman kasi ng binaba ni Magben. Dapat mga you can drop the 5 minutes watch hour Yes, Sister Krishna. I will pin your wala pala akong English, Magagawa pa pala akong nightbook English. O, diba, ayos. CGS pa na blog, 1979 vlogs ay nandyan. CGS pa na. O, magbibihis. Ay, kakain pa ako, tas magbibihis na rin. Kakain, tas magbibihis yun. Gawas usa ang tiguang gaduka man. naantok si Tubig Danom. Then kay Sister Krishna. Yan, I'm watching your video, Magben and vlogs in my 4 mobile. Sana kay Magben. Ayan na, Magben, I'm watching your video. Okay, thanks. Then I will eat, May gawas, itigulang. Meron pa akong isda. Wow. Hindi pa ubos ang aking fish da. Okay. Saan na pumunta? Done to you, sis Magbigayan. Done to you watching. Ay, di pa to tapos. Sister Krista. Uy, may bago si ano? Krista Star. This is your new ano? Wow. Sister Krishna, you have second account. Okay. I will connect. Ba't nakatago yung ano? Ay, wala pa siyang ano. Subscriber. Nangyari Sister Krishna to your ano. Naka-LS si ano, Sister Krishna. Okay, done to you, Sister Magbigayan. Then kay Sister Krishna. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, kain tayo. Sis Melody, kain tayo. Yung mga kaherba, kain tayo. Meron pa akong ulam na ano. Wala na oras kaya si ano. Luludi, kain. Luludi, nandyan si Luludano. Nagpe-play na ako kaya tahimik na. Nakay ano na ako. Ha? Nag-LS pa ako. Tapos kumakain. Tapos nito mag ano. Ha? Mag 2 hours na. Alis ako kasi. Punta akong Makati. Ha? Tataas ng si Bunso. Ang galing na nga mag-research. Then, humingi ng tulong sa akin. Gusto yan magluto pala. Adobong manok. Gusto niyan magluto. Sunod, meron na tayong tagaluto. Sarap nito. Naka-play yung 4 na cellphone kay ang hirap bigkasin yung pangalan ni Shrita Star kay Sister Krishna. Papalaguin niya ata to. Parang second account niya ata. Magpalago nga ako ng Uy, Jake, yung second account mo ba? Si Lulu di ay si Jake, di ba? Papalaguin mo ba yung second account mo? Tinatanong kita kasi bala ka, di pa kita. yung Kael Laureano mo, di ko pa na di ko pa na suklian, bala ka. Suklian ko yun pag sabihin mong palaguin mo yung second account mo. Wala na init. Kaso ang init. Ayan. Iba na kay Sister Susa. Istreta. Isdang tulingan. Yung malilit na tulingan. Nilagyan ng kamyas. Bigay ng client to gulay niya kamyas. Kinakain ko. Ang sarap yan, madaming kamyas. Magkita pala kami ni madiscarding nanay mamaya. Wala, dapat pala may load ako. Okay. Kukuhain ko yung kamyas. Sarap talaga isda. Isda, madali kasing nguyain. Ay, wala nang kamyas. Uy, nilagyan pa ko na. Bigay to ng client ko sa massage. Ilang araw. Hindi na ubos. Ako lang kumakain. Saan naman po pumunta? Kailis lang. Magawa pa pala ko ng English. Next. Luludi, ayos ba yung nightbot ko? Tagal na ako naka-login, kaya lang hindi ko nakuha yung tamang proseso, may mali pala akong nagawa kaya hindi siya gumana. Then tamo di pa maubos. Meron pang isang isda. Ulam ko naman mamayang gabi. O, diba, tipid. So, meron pa akong patatas. Meron pa akong siopaw. Hindi maubos. Tapos na. Uy. Bilis. Meron ako. Ay, dito sa bahay. Ito lang. Bilis lang ako. Bilis lang ako. Dali lang ako kasi kuhain ko yung kuhaan. Yan. Yaka. Dali, bilis. Wait mo ko sa sakayan. Wait mo ako sa sakayan ng tricycle. Bale. Bis na ako kasi ano. Alis na ako. Makati. Ari ko. Dali kasi makita rin kami ni ano. Ay, kukuhain ko yung kamyas. Diyan sa ano. Tapos, diretso na ako Makati. Bili na lang ko sisig mamaya.
Ano ulit natin?
Sisig na lang maya. Alas na. Mamaya mag-ilis naman ako mayang gabi. Mag-ilis naman ako mayang gabi. Ay, bye-bye na mga kapatid. Di na ako makapag 2 hours. Luludi, bye-bye. Maya na lang ulit gabi. 10 PM ba magano ko. Bye-bye. Thanks much sa lahat mga kapatid. Unayudan ko na lahat ng mga nagbaba. Si Luludi din nagbaba eh. Thanks much. Bye-bye. Oh. End ko na. Ay, ano ba yan? Bakit di ma-end? Uy. Bakit di ma-end?